Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I'm Gerry. I got David and Max here. Yeah, and got a little smile on our faces on this beautiful Monday afternoon. And what is it actually evening for you? Yeah, guys, did both of you get to see the game at all?
Yeah.
I think I've made a joke of it, but I never. I mean, I've watched it back since, but I was stuck watching the most boring game of football in Crewe Alexander v Yeovil Town, League Two, Basement Boys. It was poor. Yeah, I didn't have the luxury. I didn't get to go to the game. I had to watch it back later that night. Painful.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it live either.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the rest. Maybe I just need to stop going the game.
Because they play well when you're not there?
Yeah.
Yeah, my kid had a 10 o'clock game, which I guess is 3 o'clock for you, and that was the exact same time as kickoff. And so I was frustrated because I got home and I was only able to see the last like 20 minutes. I'm glad I got to see some of it, but I kept on getting notifications on my phone that we scored. And they scored again. I was like, really? You know, that's awesome. That's great. But so then later on that night, I sat down and I went to the NBC Gold instant viewing platform, which is the only way that I can watch games. That's how I was going to have to watch it earlier. And literally trying to watch it at night, it hung up every 20 seconds. So I watched the first 14 minutes of that game, 20 seconds at a time, wait a minute, 20 seconds at a time. And it was I couldn't do it anymore. Finally, I just lost my sanity. But the next morning, played cleanly all the way through. So I actually got to see the whole thing, but it was like the next day. So, but it was great. You know, I didn't think it wasn't too bad. Worked out well.
Good win.
Yeah, and cool thing is my kids' team won. So yeah, good things.
Great day in the Gibson household.
It was nice because the past 2 weekends it's been terrible. Every team I've pulled for has lost. But I suppose
Look, like the water bottle club.
We need to get.
I hate 2-0.
Yeah, for you people listening, we literally all were taking sips of water at the same time, and we are not sponsored by any type of water bottle manufacturer, but maybe we should be.
Yeah, we should.
Let's talk about the game. Initial thoughts. Max, were you the only one who got to watch it all the way through live?
I think so. If David didn't catch any of it, but yeah, as you say, you know, do you see what happens when you play the lads in a system, in a formation that they're familiar with, and that it got them a result the last time out at Goodison? I mean, there was the first half was quite anxious. I mean, there was a few butterflies moments. I mean, the Mangala undercooked pass that nearly put Christian Benteke clean through. Just glad Jordan Pickford was there to mop it up. I think there was a few hold your breath moments like that, but really came out guns blazing in that second half, and you could see the confidence oozing through the team once that first goal went in. You know, we really thought, you know, we can take it to these here. There was a number of good performances. Idrissa Gueye was fantastic. The influence that Theo Walcott's had, just injecting a little bit of pace into the side. Something that I noticed during the game as well was the amount of times Wayne Rooney would pick his head up and find Theo Walcott with a long ball. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful, some of the passes that he was pulling off from deep in that midfield. My standout player was probably Gylfi Sigurdsson. I mean, the lad's still playing in that left midfield role that isn't his preferred role, yet he's running his ass off every game. And, you know, you saw how he created that chance. I think it was for the Davies goal. You know, he just didn't give up on the ball, carried on fighting for the ball, and that's the spirit that, you know, we haven't seen this season. And I think playing them in a system that they're familiar with and how they know how everyone else operates, I think it boosts their confidence in that they know what will go on around them as well. So yeah, overall I think that it's a good indication that we can press on now. Stop forget about relegation and try and push for that 7th spot.
David?
Yeah, I was just ecstatic with the result because of the three of us, I was the one who was a little bit apprehensive, and just because Palace seemed to be becoming a bit of a bogey team at Goodison. Yeah, and as I said, I watched it later that day. I did think first half was quite similar to a lot of what we saw this year, and maybe if one of the Palace chances go in, then it could have been a different game, but they didn't. And second half, as Max said when we scored, just complete game changers. It quite often is when you get a goal either side of half time. I totally agree with Sigurdsson. I think it's fantastic how he's suddenly becoming probably one of our most integral players in the squad now. And make no mistake about it, he's worked very hard to get into that position as well, because a lot of people were looking at him as a bit of a flop only a couple months ago, and he worked very, very hard, still getting played out of position, and he's been fantastic. And for me, with the likes of Coleman when he's fit, he's one of the first names on the team sheet now. I thought Davis done well again. And one thing I'll give credit to Nias as well, because we were calling for him not to start on Saturday. We were looking for Toffee to get one out. He didn't. Nias played, and a classic Nias goal. If he where he tried to head it would have went there. The keeper would have saved it. He's got this 50 end, and it's gone the other way and worked out perfectly. But that doesn't take away the fact how hard he worked all game again. Interesting he said about Rooney. I thought Rooney was great. I had looked at some of his stats, and he had more touches in Everton's half than Palace's half. So it just shows how successful he's been in that kind of deeper role. Picking the ball up short and driving forward, whether that be with a short or long pass. And I think there's no question about it now. Rooney needs to play in that deeper role. But yeah, fantastic results. And as you say, we can start kind of looking at 7th now. I mean, no one would have believed it. 2 points from 7th, 2 months ago. So we'll be pushing on, hopefully.
Yeah, 2 points from 7th, but also not that many points away from the relegation zone. It's such a weird year.
On your shoulders, Gerry.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about it, but the fact that it's there, I legitimately am not looking down. I am looking up. I do think about 7th more than I think about 18th right now. But it's just the strangest year when you've got those 6 teams just with way more points. Oddly enough, my strongest part of the defense this weekend looked like Cuco Martina, who gets another left-footed assist. All right? Again, Cuco, I haven't heard a word from you. I give the man a left foot, and he doesn't even return my calls. It's messed up. No, I'm proud of him. I love seeing a guy who's taken a lot of crap, who works his butt off, and at least is okay. I'm not going to say he's the standout performer, but he was okay. He was serviceable in that game. Walcott, that guy. He's just hardworking, and he's one of the fastest, quickest players. He's just another gear. I say it every game now. He's another gear.
His ability to hold onto the ball as well is absolutely fantastic. The way he uses his body to get in between the ball and the man and wriggle around players is something that we've lacked for a long time, I think.
Yeah, that 20 mil in this market just seems a snip. And yeah, I was someone at one point who wasn't particularly excited about that transfer, and I've had my eye wiped completely. I think he's been absolutely fantastic, and he just looks the level above everyone. It's like we've upgraded a similar player in Lennon to Walcott, and we've got a better all-round play in every department. And yeah, he's just been fantastic.
Yeah, I've loved watching him play, and you can tell the other players like having him there too. He's a great team player. Big fan of that guy so far. Another shout out for Davies. Again, ran his guts out. He just looks so good when he's running forward. He still makes mistakes and he gives the ball away, but yeah, just he's brave.
I was going to say, it's, you know, something that we recently talked about as well, and it's come out that, you know, he's been asking around, you know, what can he do to get into the side and make an impact in the starting 11, and you know, it's clear that this new kind of style of midfield that we're playing, rather than the two defensive midfielders, this kind of three, Davies, Gay, and Rooney. You know, it's just it offers everything that we lacked. You know, it's just its movement is so much more efficient in winning the ball back, in pushing it forward, and I hope it's a system that we stick with going forward.
Well, you know, I've got a theory that I always have this conversation. I've said it on the air before when I'm at the match. I say, it looks like we're playing with 10 men every single week. But when you think about it, Gay and Schneiderlin, when they're in there, are doing the exact same role. They're just trying to close play down, tackle people. So you're getting two people doing one job. That means somewhere else on the pitch, you are a man down in terms of what they're offering the game. So, yeah I think Davies has got to be playing over them. I don't want to take my chance to lower the tone, but I'm going to be honest. Watching that game back, once again, I thought Keane did okay, but he was getting beat too many times in the air for my liking. I still don't think he looks 100% solid there at all. He just isn't impressing me. I know they talk about his confidence, but you know, a few other lads have had bad confidence, like Sigurdsson, and they've played themselves into form, and Keane should really be doing the same for me.
Yeah, I was just watching the under 23s against Barnsley there in the Premier League Cup, and you know, at centre half they had Mason Holgate and Ramiro Funes Mori, and I mean they kept a clean sheet, and they were two decent individual performances. So I think there's, especially with Funes Mori getting nearer to fitness, there's going to be some serious competition going forward for that place in the side. And you know, as you say, if Keane doesn't start playing his way into form anytime soon, it really wouldn't surprise me if he loses that guaranteed starting spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been surprised that Mason Holgate hasn't been in. It's strange. Like, sometimes he's in the squad, but he's on the bench.
Yeah.
That's strange to me. I mean, he looked composed today. I watched that U23 game as well. Thought the defense looked good against a pretty solid Barnsley squad. There's a lot of players that have played first team action for Barnsley in that game. That was pretty solid. I did see someone mention that they thought that Holgate had been injured recently, and that is why he had been out. Whether that's true or not, I mean, and nobody said it. You know, that's the first I've heard of it, but it makes it more okay if we're playing Keane instead of him. Because personally, I would play Holgate right now if he was healthy every game.
Yeah, particularly with this injury to Mangala, that seems to be. I seen Sam use the word serious to describe both Mangala and Coleman's injuries. So I mean, I'm still quite unsure to the extent of them. But you know, definitely, I think Holgate should be one of the first names mentioned for a starting role in the first team. To be honest, because I think he's been a great performer this season.
For me, he's one of the first ones I put in there, just because he's been so solid. I've been surprised at his lack of involvement. I hope I don't want to hope it's an injury, but I would be more fine with that reason, if that makes sense. Yeah, him and Funes Mori, that'd be interesting to kind of watch that pair. Funes Mori didn't really put much of a foot wrong today either.
No.
You know, I saw him give a pass or two away, but he had some long, well-driven balls that went to feet. I thought he looked all right. You know, again, and just like you guys said, a shout out to Sigurdsson. It's funny how he's playing that wing role, because he's cutting in and playing a 10 a little bit sometimes too. You know, you see him at the top of the box just as often as you see him on the left wing. He was involved in all 3 goals. All 3 of them, integral part of those goals. I love it because he's such a hard-working player. He's so smart. He's my kind of player.
His ability to hold the ball up down that left-hand side as well. If Martin is not quite up to speed to him, there's plenty of times during that game where he just, you know, he shielded the ball off, worked it round a little bit, just waiting, because I think that's an area that might need a bit of improvement for the whole squad, really. Just a bit of movement off the ball, just to give them on the ball a few more options when he picks his head up. But you know, on the pitch now, it looks like we're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mangala injury was tough for me to watch because I've been the guy that my knee has gone the wrong way, and so just watching that, I was just like, oh, too soon, you know. And so I didn't like the angle it went. I'm a little concerned that it's a long-term thing. It didn't go as far as I thought, though. When I rewatched it,
no, that's always a good sign.
You can actually walk afterward. When you can.
Yeah, I know, but you know, at least it wasn't too painful to walk off. You know, that's just something I'm observing.
He played a little bit afterward. I thought that was good.
I feel like if it was a real long-term injury, though, we'd just cut the loan short because it's only a 6-month one, and he'd just go back to City. So I assume he's still got part to play this season.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope he does. I hate seeing a guy finally get some time, trying to find a rhythm, and then all of a sudden he's out for a year. Any guy, I don't care if he's on our team or not. I just hate seeing it.
He did settle into the game a little bit, didn't he, as it went on? So he's probably a little bit unlucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say just giving up those chances in the air to Benteke was probably my biggest problem with our performance. He had a couple of headers that went right by the post. One of them he went up over Kenny, which for a guy like him shouldn't be that big of a problem. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just hate seeing that matchup happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I noticed Benteke was more on the right-hand side, and they had that Sorloff, the lad that they've just brought in, who was also, quite useful in the air. So, you can say, I mean, we saw it against Leicester as well. We're quite vulnerable to corners and aerial situations. So, again, something that can be worked on. And I don't think we're going to be posed with that much of a threat again, because I think Palace are renowned for the dependence on, getting the ball in the air to the likes of Benteke and this new signing that they brought in. So,
one of the reputations Sam had coming in, though, was solid on set pieces defensively. I remember seeing one of his old teams, he had a whiteboard where he had written, whiteboard or chalkboard, I can't remember which one. One of them had, one of the points, the specific points had to do with set pieces and defending well and practice those like crazy, So it was just a strange thing.
Here's a non-controversial point here. I believe this squad has not evolved at all over this year. I think we have a spell of bad results, but when we come to a point where we really need a result tonight, we've managed to get it. When you look back early in the season under Koeman, we had Bournemouth, we picked up the win there. Then we had Watford, which was under Unsworth. Then that West Ham game had the same feel, we won that. That Leicester game, we needed to win that, really, we won that. I just think we this season, we're just kind of doing the same old. I don't think Allardyce can take any credit for any kind of results we pick up. I think the season just needs to end. We're not particularly improving. We're just picking up results when we need to against teams that we should be beating.
But David, haven't you heard Allardyce talk? He deserves credit.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think he gives himself enough credit every chance he gets, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
If there's any need for us to give him any more.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we are winning some games. And we do have a formation that works for us, but we have a manager who doesn't always like to play it.
Yeah.
So
I think our home form's our saviour at the moment, isn't it? Our home form is very good, to be fair. We've only been beat by United, certainly since I think Allardyce has come in. And they're second in the league. So the home form's great, but just the away form is not good enough at the moment.
Yeah. I'll maintain maybe it could have been better against Arsenal had he started with a formation we're used to. That kind of shit's just the overly pragmatic approach. I knew he was pragmatic coming in, but yeah, the thing about Davies, apparently when Davies came to him, or not even come to him, oddly enough,
didn't go to him.
Yeah, went to the Ryland Morgans and the performance experts on the team, and apparently the reason he wasn't starting was because of his training stats. Seriously, look it up. In the article, it's his training stats were not up. So he worked harder in practice, and that earned him an opportunity.
Don't you feel like Allardyce is like that old man? And he's a dinosaur of football, and someone's come up to him like 10 years ago and said, "Oh, have you heard about this new thing called data analysis within football?" And he's went, "All right, okay." And he's
I'll
they've
jump on
taught
that
it, and now
bandwagon.
he's like, I am Mr. Data. I know everything. I'm gonna live off data. This is it. You don't know. I know. I know the data. This is what I know." And you just need to look. Me more than anyone loves data in football. I think it's fucking fantastic, but you just need to settle down a little bit and maybe just focus on a few other aspects of his management, I think.
It was such a
Good
strange
shout.
thing. Oh my gosh. I read that and I was like, Max and David are going to love hearing this.
I know. I think no, of course it's useful, but as I've said many a time, there's no substitute to 3 o'clock or 5:30 or whatever time it is, putting your boots on and walking out in front of a crowd of 30, 40,000. So,
That's where the judgment should be made at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yep.
I think.
Agreed. I mean, to be fair, Davies hasn't been setting the world afire this season all that much, but he's young. You gave him a little time off. Now let's get him. He's getting some confidence up. Don't break it by putting him out. So, all right, we thoroughly covered this.
Yeah.
All right.
Good win.
So, that is it for our Crystal Palace reaction. If you like what we do, please subscribe because that would be nice. Check out what these guys do aside from these videos. David has some work on The Sportsman. I think there's a new article on there. Is it about the manager of Crawley Town? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
red choice.
Yeah, of course. That coming up because he used to be a Liverpool player, or Harry Kane, making waves in League Two.
So if you consider Dave a traitor for writing that, put it in the comments. That's cool.
It pays the bills.
And that's what I'm saying, because I think you're writing an article, a football article. So there you go.
Yeah, that's it.
So also he's got some stuff on the Toffee Blues website. He does a lot of match previews. Max has some stuff on there as well. He does player ratings and just basic football analysis. All right, articles abound from these guys. All right. So yeah, I think that is all for now. Much love to you. We are gonna make some more videos. So bye.